guys, I haven't been on BookTube in a really long time, but I'm hoping to get back into filming videos regularly from now on. But today I thought that I would film a book on haul for you guys. It's not that big of one, but I do have some books that I'm hoping to get to the thrift store sometime soon, and I just wanted to show you guys them before they were donated. So without further ado, let's get into it. Also, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. If I'm getting rid of one of your favorite books, it's nothing against you. I just didn't personally like it, or I'm not interested in reading that particular book. So the first book I have here is You by Carolyn Kepnes. I got this about 2 years ago around Christmas time. This book was really weird for me. If you don't know what it's about this man who ends up stalking somebody who comes into his bookstore that he works at and ends up falling in love with her even though he doesn't really know her in the beginning. And it was just really creepy. I was uncomfortable with some of the topics spoken about, but also it just wasn't really what I was expecting, and I was kind of let down by it. I do plan on finishing the duology with Hidden Bodies by Carolyn Kepnes hopefully this year, just to see if it gets any better, but this one was not that great for me and I'm going to be getting rid of it. The next book I have is Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. My relationship with Rainbow Rowell's writing is very interesting. Everyone on BookTube, or a lot of people at least, seem to really love her books, but for me they're just kind of bland and they're a lot more character-based than I really like. I need books to be plot-based mostly, just to keep my interest. There were some racist comments made in the book about Park, about his eyes and how his eyes look because he's Asian. I'm going to be getting rid of this one as well. I'm also going to be getting rid of the short story Kindred Spirits by Rainbow Rowell, just because, again, it wasn't very interesting for me. It was very character-based again and kind of bland, and I'm not really into the story that was in this book, so I'm going to be getting rid of it in hopes that someone else will enjoy it more than I did. Next up is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I'm not going to be saying too much about this book because I'm pretty sure most everyone knows what this book is about, but it is a thriller and it does deal with a relationship between a man and a woman, and the wife goes missing, and it's all about trying to find her and figure out what is going on with that whole situation. This one was a little bit of a letdown for me, honestly. I picked it up because it's one of Books and Lala's favorite books, and she's one of my favorite booktubers, but honestly, it wasn't as mind-blowing as I thought it was going to be for me. And also, I've read other Gillian Flynn books and haven't really liked them either. These are also very character-based, so I just think, again, it is something to do with my preference of more plot-based works. Next, I'm going to be getting rid of Say What You Will by Cami McGovern. I'm getting rid of this because one of the main characters in the book actually has the disability that I have. I have cerebral palsy, and just the way that it was presented was kind of offensive to me, and it was not, in my mind, what people with my disabilities' lives are like. And I think part of that has to do with this not being own voices, and I just didn't like how people with my disability were portrayed in the book, and it was not very pleasant for me to read. I got quite angry at some parts because I just felt like I was being wrongly represented. So I'm going to be getting rid of this book. I'm also going to be getting rid of Need by Carrie Jones. This is a Pixie book, and I had had this on my bookshelf for a very long time, like years and years, and I finally thought that it was time to read it last year. When I did pick it up, the writing style was so cringy, it wasn't even funny. There was like some phrases that teenagers don't even say. It was way too preppy, I guess. The characters would say like, "Oh, totally," and stuff like that, and oh, it just made me like roll my eyes. The love interest was overly sexualized, I guess. The main character was always talking about how he was so attractive and he had the perfect body and the perfect hair and his eyes were so beautiful, but he was like kind of a jerk, and I'm just so over that in YA, so this is going to be going to donation as well. It is a series of 4 books, but obviously with how much I disliked this one, I am not planning to continue or finish it. The next book I'm going to be getting rid of is the Young Reader's edition of 3 Cups of Tea, One Man's Journey to Change the World One Child at a Time by Greg Mortensen and David Oliver Rellin. when I read the blurb on the back of the book, it just didn't seem like something I'd be quite interested in. The writing quality didn't seem very sophisticated, obviously, because it's for younger readers. It just seemed too simple for me. And it is about traveling, and it's actually based on a true story, and I don't really like traveling books, so I'm going to be getting rid of this one. And last but not least, I'm going to be getting rid of this mass market paper edition of The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien because I have a normal sized, way nicer edition on my shelf over there. I'm not going to get it because I just don't want to, but I'll put a picture up somewhere on the screen of what it actually looks like. And this one, I got it from the thrift store, and it's very beat up, and the pages are very yellowed, and it kind of has that like musty thrift store smell. So I'm gonna be getting rid of this one and just keeping my much prettier one. And that is it for my book unhaul today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you want to. I will hopefully see you guys in a few days for my February TBR. And I'm kind of interested, but comment down below with your least favorite book that you've read. Just out of curiosity, I want to see what people have to say. Don't forget to also follow me on social media if you would like, and I'll see you in a little while. Bye, guys.
Quiero desnudarte a besos despacito, firmo las paredes de tu laberinto y hacer de tu cuerpo todo humano.